Our goal and objective should be nothing less than to establish peace in every village, town, or city of every nation in the world.
These the words of His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, may Allah be his helper, as he delivered a landmark address on Europe's immigration crisis. In his address, His Holiness spoke about a sense of fear gripping Germany and other Western nations due to immigration.
Many local people are afraid that their societies are changing beyond comprehension, and they feel that their nation's resources are being disproportionately utilized in favor of immigrants. Whilst the term immigrant is used, the real issue for most people is Islam, and the fact that the vast majority of immigrants to Europe are Muslims fleeing from war-torn countries in the Middle East.
Further, His Holiness addressed security concerns related to mass immigration and the huge financial undertaking required to resettle immigrants on a large scale. In particular, His Holiness touched on the costs of resettlement of asylum seekers.
People who have lived their lives and paid their taxes in a country are justified to ask whether it is fair that their contributions to the state are spent on resettling foreign immigrants as opposed to funding projects that are beneficial to existing citizens.
His Holiness also stated that in some cases immigrants received better benefits than tax-paying citizens, which led to a natural frustration amongst the public.
Such frustration do not dissipate on their own, because where there is frustration, there is always a reaction. Therefore, every government should implement sensible and fair policies that keep in mind the rights and requirements of citizens and immigrants alike.
In a call for compassion and sympathy for those suffering genuine persecution or engulfed by warfare through no fault of their own, His Holiness delivered a rallying call.
Society should not reject genuine refugees who are suffering through no fault of their own. Society should not cast aside innocent people who only want the opportunity to live in peace and who desire to be good citizens and follow the laws of the land in which they live. Instead, we should be there to give a helping hand to those whose lives have been broken, who have been tormented, and who are utterly helpless, vulnerable, and defenseless. Let us prove our humanity. Let us show our compassion. Let us be there to shoulder the burden of those who are in desperate need.
Concluding his address, referring to the current state of the world, His Holiness said that all avenues in search of peace had been travelled except one. True peace required a belief that all humanity was united as part of the creation of God Almighty.
Day by day, mankind is moving further away from religion and spirituality, and the results are terrifying. It is my firm conviction that belief in God Almighty is the only means of salvation and the only way to bring about true peace, both at a national and international level. And so it is my deepest desire and ardent prayer that the world comes to recognize its Creator and comes to follow His true teachings.